All right, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to fix your neurotransmitters. And well, what are neurotransmitters? They are the messengers from your brain to, well, the rest of your body. And when these are awry or these in chaos, well, everything becomes infinitely harder, including fat loss. All right, so we're gonna get into that right now. One, when it comes to fixing your neurotransmitters, you want to avoid antidepressants. Now, if you're on them already, obviously I'm not gonna tell you just hop off of them because that would be incredibly dangerous, right? But I would say, however, if you're considering antidepressants, if you're obviously on the verge of it and you're thinking about it, I would avoid it as much as possible. Although, yes, I can see the benefit in them. I see why you would want to take them instead. There are other options for you, right? Most of the time, things like curcumin can be a really, really good example, acetyl L-carnitine, even in some instances probiotics, right? As you improve your health, you'll notice that mental conditions do change. You'll do notice that things like even depression, anxiety, they can be stemming from obviously how you perceive things, and because of the way you perceive things, because of your neurotransmitters. And I would always recommend obviously going the natural before you hop into antidepressants. If you're on them already, you know, obviously work on getting yourself off of them, right? But know that there are more options for you. Number two is avoid caffeine. Look, guys, I love coffee. Like, I love coffee. If I could drink that stuff, in fact, I'm probably made of coffee at this point. But coffee has this terrible little thing called caffeine. And that little kick that we get all the time is helpful, don't get me wrong. But over time, we become tolerant to it, right? It no longer hits us the same way that it is the first time we ever drank coffee. And it's unfortunate, but most of the time, there are obviously, solutions to this as well, because obviously the more you drink coffee and the more you drink or have caffeine, the more, or the less of an effect it has on you obviously later on. So one of the best things you could probably do, right, is add something called L-theanine to your coffee, right? Nothing crazy, all right? You gotta go from about 100 to 200 milligrams of L-theanine in your coffee. This will kind of actually help you stay sensitive to the caffeine without actually having a crazy caffeine kick, right? And it actually stabilizes through your system as opposed to just feeling jittery all the time. The second thing you could do for this is add tulsi, or what we call holy basil, right? Adding this to when you're brewing your coffee will do the same things that L-theanine. Your last option, funny enough, is, well, just actually going off of coffee about every 7 to 8 weeks, right? About going about a week off of coffee helps quite a bit, just kind of resensitizes you. Now, you can choose obviously any of these options. You could do all three of them if you wanted to, but just know that you should be taking a break from caffeine at some point, right? Within that, at least like every 2 months. Number three, avoiding toxins, right? A lot of us have toxins around us that we don't even know, whether it be in your skincare products, whether it be on fruits and vegetables, or whether it even be in the air or whatever, you ingest or whatever it is too, whatever you put on your skin, right? There's a lot to it. So what can you do about this? One of the things first is wash your fruits and veggies in some type of water or vinegar solution. It's gonna help you so much more. And most of the time, a lot of us are just kind of washing it in water, right? Make sure you're actually getting rid of all the toxins that are on the skin of your fruits and vegetables. Number two, get an air purifier or a water purifier, right? Toxins are, again, present everywhere. And a lot of time, the air quality in which we live in probably isn't even the greatest to begin with, right? And finally, number three, buy organic products, right? As hard as it is, because I know obviously some organic products can be a lot more expensive and whatever too. This is obviously, in a sense, it could be a luxury, but do look at organic skin products, organic products, like household products too, like whether it be something to clean the windows or clean desks or whatever, to make sure it's organic, right? Because the more stuff that gets onto your system, the more stuff that leaks into your body, and the more your liver has to deal with it, and more your neurotransmitters take a hit. Number four, avoiding sensory overload. Now, this is one that I'm guilty of a lot because, well, I work in front of a computer, right? But a lot of you guys, if you work in front of a computer, if you're listening to music all day, if you're consistently working all day, you will face a lot of fatigue. And a lot of the time, your nerves, right, your neurons, like your senses are completely shot by the end of the day, right? Give yourself a break, right? And one of the easiest things for this is literally take a break, right? Include those breaks. Make sure you're having relaxing time at the end of the day or even in between work. Your brain and your body will thank you so much more for it. Number five is healing the gut. Now, when it comes to healing the gut is the second brain, right? And the reason why I say the second brain is because it produces so many neurotransmitters for our body, and it actually controls, well, the way we feel most of the time, right? If you have gut sensitivity, if you have like food sensitivity to certain things, and let's say you're eating things that you really shouldn't be eating, you're probably gonna feel, well, like crap, right? If I had to be completely honest with you. And if you've ever noticed, when you eat crappy food, you tend to feel like crap, right? And there's a big reason for that, right? Digestive system, your gut controls so much more in your body than you may realize, right? So one of the best things you can do is, well, get a food allergy test or do an elimination diet, right? One, it doesn't really matter which one you choose, but it will help you kind of like decipher which one is actually better for you. And in addition to that, what foods you actually should be eating and what foods you actually should be avoiding. 6 is the building blocks, right? Look for better sourced food, whether it be better B vitamins or possibly even better amino acids, right? A lot of the time, we aren't really getting quality food. We aren't really getting quality supplements to begin with, right? And if you're not choosing quality foods, unfortunately, you know, your neurotransmitters don't really have any tools to actually build themselves off of. Supply yourself with the right tools so that your body can actually heal you in the way that it's supposed to. Number seven is, well, lubing your nerves. I know it sounds super weird, right? It doesn't sound like the most sexy thing, but lubing your nerves has to come down with you getting enough omega-3s so that your neurons can actually fire properly. And without all the geeky talk, without going super in-depth into this, all I have to say is it's important for your brain because basically it improves the messaging system between your neurons and your other neurons. Like it just helps you so much more. So that's all I need to say to you guys. Right. Number 8 is repairing your genes. This one might be a little bit out of people's price range, depending on obviously what you're doing. But gene tests like 23andMe are great examples, right? They show you genetic mutation. They show you things that might be in your system, right? They show you things that might be different amongst obviously every individual. And as you do this, you'll find that maybe you can't digest like B vitamins. Maybe you do have some MTHF kind of a deficiency. Like there's a lot to it, right? And when you take this test, you'll obviously be able to tell much better what actually works for your body and what doesn't. Number 9, antioxidants. Antioxidants are probably one of the best things you can get for yourself, and I know a lot of us already know this word. When it comes to antioxidants, a lot of us aren't eating enough fruit, we aren't eating enough veggies, or even organic or natural ones to begin with, right, that actually help our body well detoxify. And without giving the tools to your body, without giving yourself the proper foundation, most of the time your body can't heal itself the way that it should be. So look for that, right? Look for the things that your body is, look for the things that your body needs in order to repair itself. And things like fat loss, neurotransmitters, depression, anxiety, those things become much easier to handle because when your body actually has the right tools to do it, you'll find that your body does its job, the one that you were supposed to be doing in the first place.